while, though. Yeah, I know. It's been a while. Well, not that long, but, some days. And so welcome back to the channel where we talk about all kinds of things, marketing things, crypto things, trading things. Yeah, more stuff too, but mostly that. Today, because it's Wednesday, it's what they call a hump day, right? So happy hump day, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Bitcoin and crypto markets and the activation of the launch sequence of the bull market, or the bull run. Let me remind you, there's no such thing as a bull run or a bull market, and there's no such thing as a bear run or a bear market. I mean, if you want to give them names just to make it easier to remember, fine. But all it really is buy pressure and sell pressure. When it happens for an extended period of time, it happens for an extended period of time. Right? Are there times when there is, considerably more buy pressure than sell pressure? Yes, it happens all the time. As a trader, on low time frames, does it really matter? Well, when you consider that returns distribute and mean revert constantly on every time frame, it really doesn't matter. So if you're a low time frame trader, price is moot. Right? All that matters is that you're in the right direction of the trade so that you win the trades. Now, that said, there is, in fact, a sequence that has been activated some time ago that is already initiating the launch of the next significant amount of buy pressure that will drive the returns very high, very probably. And that will, of course, make the price action follow those returns significantly to the upside. And you want to call that a bull run, you can, but it's not. It's just buy pressure. Right? What is that sequence? Well, you remember back around March of this year, 2024, when everybody was living high off the hog, so to speak, and Bitcoin was at 74K. We're going to the moon, right? Remember that run up to there we had with the buy pressure before it started coming back down? And before I told you it's going to take some time now, possibly a half a year, I said, it could be a month or two or three, but it could easily be until September, maybe even October. I told you that literally when it was at its high. I told you could shop. I said it's not even shop. It's just, what looks like quote unquote shop to people. It's just buy pressure, sell pressure, buy pressure, sell pressure, shaking out people's hands, getting rid of all the loose coins people have in their hands. Remember I told you that? You remember I told you in May that the big whales and banks and everybody else had already acquired more than 1 million Bitcoins just in the first 5 months of the year. I told you that in the end of May, beginning of June. Remember I told you a couple weeks back already, a week or two ago, that the whales and banks are continuing to acquire massive amounts of coins. And we see now that they're buying more than 100,000 per week. Right? They acquired 80,000 wallets that had just over 1,000. I mean, only wallets that have 1,000 or more Bitcoin had acquired from like mid-June to mid-August, mid-July to mid-August, sorry, 80,000 Bitcoin. And if you include all the big banks and ETFs and everything else, they're acquiring over now 100,000 Bitcoin per week. Not per month, not per quarter, per week. How many coins do you think are left? We know there's only around 900,000 and change left on the exchanges. At this rate, within a year, there will literally not be any left on the exchanges. Because at this point, they're buying them from exchanges. They're buying them from users on exchanges who are trading and losing badly to them. 9 months from now, it might be that the well is dry and people will be scrapping for Satoshis. Now, of course, it will be the case that some people will let go of some coins continuously. But consider that 70% are already held by big hands, big wallets, whales, governments, banks, financial institutions. That means there's only 30% left to go around for the average user. Out of 19.7 million coins that have been mined, there's not that many, not that many left to mine over the next 116 years. There's 1.3 million left to mine. About 6% of all the coins that could ever be mined over 120 years. What do you think is going to happen to buy pressure? And forget the low supply rate. No coins are available because they're all being held by bags that are never going to sell. Whatever coins are available are going to be valued significantly higher than they are now because people are going to want them like crazy at that point. But the problem is, A, there won't be many to buy. And B, if the big bags have all of it and they refuse to actually sell any of them, then the only thing people will be able to buy are derivatives, which are not the underlying asset. And it could easily be a way for governments to effectively shut down a cryptocurrency. So what's that trigger launch sequence? Well, you're seeing it day by day, every day since the high. I've been telling you that. They're shaking people's hands. They're getting all the loose coins. They're giving people every indication that there's going to be more buy pressure come Q4. But you know what? We've already seen over the past 6 months, there does not need to be significant increase on price just because there's more buy pressure. It is very possible that the price could stay where it is even for years, given the amount of ways that they've successfully bought without making the price go through the roof. Right? These guys know what they're doing. They shake people's hands out, acquire as cheap as they can, control as much as they can, and make life quote unquote miserable for everybody who thinks this is going to the moon. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. The probabilities will tell you that. But at the moment, if you think that the people with all the bags and all the money are going to just let you have some for a cheap price, you're wrong. And if you think that they're just going to make the price go to infinity just to make you easy rich overnight, you're also wrong. Anyway, that'll do it for now. I'll talk to you in a bit. Happy trading.